Heyo everybody and welcome back to DRG. Today we are going to be playing with Shield Battery Booster. Now, the last video I did, which was the Stun Sweeper video, which, you should go check that out if you haven't seen it, also featured Shield Battery Booster, but I took the wrong build for my armor. I actually had this on instead of Improved Generator, so it wasn't as good as it could be, because if you were taking this, your shields basically start regenerating the instant you take damage. I'm talking about I can stand in a Praetorian gas and regen one shield per second. I can regen one shield before the tick goes off, is what I'm trying to say here. So that's insanely powerful. Next is, I also took a little bit of a wrong build. I took high volume plasma feed instead of improved thermals. I think on Shield Battery Booster, you should take both cooling, because cooling really matters on this. What will I say cooling doesn't matter on is thermal exhaust feedback. You either take one of the coolings. You either take this cooling or this cooling, and that's it. You don't take both of them. But on Shield Battery Booster, you're not getting any benefits for being at high heat. So you might as well take both of them. And I'm taking ammo, because this means I get more value out of Shield Battery Booster. Who cares, really? Like, most of the time, is it the difference between ammo and damage? Most of the time, it doesn't matter. There are some times where it does, like on Warthog or whatever, where it matters a lot more because you're dealing with pellets, and now it's, something a little bit different. And another thing, I'm going to be taking Bolt Shark with Bodkin points and Special Bolt Chemical Explosion. What the hell? Oh, they all start with Special Bolt. Okay, Chemical Explosion is what we're taking. What does that mean? Chemical Explosion is almost exactly like an Exploder. So if we have Exploders on this mission, it's not going to be seen all too much. I'm not too sure if you Chemical Explode an Exploder, does the Exploder still go through? Or does it stop it and replace it with the Chemical Explosion? I don't know. You know what? We're probably going to see in this one. And then we're also taking Pheromones so that Stun Sweepers don't actually sweep the show now. Because that's what happened last time, is that they just sweep the show, and it was more about them than Shield Battery Booster. We are also playing with MCR, as you can see, and we also have Red Rock Blasters. I didn't plan for that, but apparently we do have Red Rock Blasters. Why is this still here? I thought this was removed. Is that... Oh, who cares? Alright, so I have chosen a mining mission, 700 Morkite to deal with. We also have a Tier 4 Energetic Caves. I forget how much hazard bonus that gives, but who cares? We also do have Red Rock Blasters to give us a little bit more HP, 60% more HP, quite significant. And we have Shield Battery Booster going on for us. So if I go down, it's either the initial little wave was absolutely awful to deal with, or that's really it. The initial wave was really awful to deal with. Because it seems like we are in a... what does this look like to me? This doesn't really look like all too much of anything right now. It looks like a refining cave, is what it really is. Also, look at all the loot bugs. Yeah, this is absolutely a refining cave. Let me go check that real quick. Hey, look, it's refinery. What a wonderful time. So, if I go down during this mission, you're all able to call me a scrub, because I am just that bad at the video game. Which is fine. Like, you guys can be bad at the video game, but if I'm bad at the video game, I get made fun of. We also have what... Okay, listen. Does this work on loot bugs? No, it does not work on loot bugs. Why is there so many of them? It's because we're in a refining mission, alright? So we have a core stone event to deal with. We have possibly some other things. This will be the... Can I... Okay, listen everybody. Can I fucking help all of you? This is my Nitra. You can't take it. Get out of here. I just want to resupply, alright? So our best thing to do is actually to clear out the entire cave. Unfortunately, there is currently not a wave happening, but a few Macteras. So let me just go show you what happens if I take damage. I've taken 14 damage. Oh, it starts regenerating immediately. Okay. And now I'm already at full shields, and it hasn't even been a little bit. Like, how is this okay? Like, Shield Battery Booster wasn't that very good whenever this didn't exist, but now it's just, do I think it's overtuned? Oh, absolutely not. I accidentally hit the Praetorian, and now the Praetorian is on fire. Good job, Praetorian. Let's go. So we are going to be in this hellhole for a very long time. It doesn't really matter if we call down some resupplies very early on, because A, we're in a refining mission, so we're only going to be in this one little cavern for so long. And also we have 700 Morkite to deal with. So I think I should just start, like, mining gold, mining all this thing, have the loot bugs all eat the gold and eat the Morkite, and then eventually just kill all the loot bugs eventually. That sounds like a very good plan, because if you didn't know, if a loot bug eats a mineral, over the course of time, I don't know how long it takes, but it's definitely a time, it will multiply those minerals by 1.5. So you get 50% more minerals if you let a loot bug eat your minerals. Is that advantageous in any way? No. It takes a while. Loot bugs have to get to the bug, or get to the loot in general. That's, that's not great. That's also not what I wanted, but sure. He fucking exploded, dude. Hello, Oppressor, and also a wave, and also I'm in the ground. I need help. God, T1-2 is really powerful, isn't it? I don't really play with the cooling mods all too much on Drac, because usually whenever I'm playing with the cooling mods, I am playing, thin, or what is it? Not thin containment field. I'm playing the other one. What is it called? It's called Thermal Exhaust Feedback. That is what I'm usually playing. Alright, let's use this thing. Get that guy. That is... he ate it. He also just hit me. What an asshole. Okay, that guy's dead, and now he's gonna explode all the things around him. That was a very roundabout way to deal damage to a creature. Now, here's a good way to do damage to a creature. I don't know if I actually, like, did that correctly. I'm just gonna hit it again and power attack that guy, and then he's gonna kill all the things around him. Hey, Bosco, can you kill that guy? Because that's really annoying for him to be alive at the moment. Yeah, at the moment, I feel so much more powerful than I did last game. But, you know, last game was also a... what was it called? It was a duck and cover, so it all immediately was kind of a weird one. And also, this one is just, like, I kind of style on the bugs, even though I'm already down to my last few shots. Okay. I don't want that, I want Banshees, thank you. This mission is going to be a lot of sitting around doing some mining, because there's not really a lot to explore. I mean, what is there to explore? What the heck are these loot bugs doing? They're doing something, that is absolutely for certain. Dude, it's times like these that I want... What the hell was that? Excuse me, misters. He ran into the Jadas. Maybe I should leave the Jadas on the ground just as a hazard for the loot bugs. It's times like these where I wish I had It's a Bug thing. Unfortunately, I don't know where all these loot bugs are coming from. And I really... You cannot stop me from power attacking this, alright? I see a bunch of loot bugs, the brain goes ooga booga, I need to power attack it. Alright, I'm sorry. if you guys care about loot bugs. But they are deserving of it. Just look at all of them. Look at how fast these creatures are, alright? They are zooming around the caves, being a menace to society, alright? I respect the decision to kill them. So, in the last video, I did say that this is the safest overclock that you can ever take. And I will forever say that, and you cannot change my mind. Just look, I can take 11 points of damage, or not 11 points, 7 points of damage, 8 points of damage, and immediately, like, I'm back to full in less than 3 seconds. That is so powerful. I think the actual regen rate is 10 per second, or, you know, not 10 per second, it's probably less than that, but you get my drift, alright? That is a wave in my general direction. And also with the projectile speed, it's just GD for these septic spreaders. Yes, I am going to walk towards him and potentially have him spit on me. But, you know, then I can just say, ooh woo mommy, and spit on me, meza me. God. I talked about a while ago how I played Expedition 33 and how it was fantastic. But it's just really ingrained into my mind. Meza me. And the fantastic creature that is Eskie. It's just a... I'm sorry, I can't really... I can't speak about him with spoiling all too much. Just go play the freaking game. Alright? Hey, we finally... excuse me. We finally get a swarm. I was literally just sitting here in my own... Hello? In my own, like, world, wondering, when is a swarm gonna get here? Because I'm just not really doing too much, just mining a mission. This is possibly some of the worst missions I could ever think of. Is it's a refining mission. There's not too much to refining missions. Literally the best part about it is the fact that... Hopefully I kill him. There you go. That does self-damage? That's kind of insane. So, the reason why I say this is, like, refineries, a quartz, all of those are some of the worst missions that you could ever have, is because a lot of this game is about, like, breaching containment, alright? You breach containment. Breaching rooms and all that. Stationaries are a part of the game for a very good reason, alright? And the big problem with this is I've cleared out this room. There is nothing to go on about this room. Have some of that. I fucking missed and now made them all scared. I'm actually gonna take like a bunch of damage because I'm trying to proc the things that I'm trying to proc. Don't mind me. That guy's dead as well. This is going surprisingly well. Need both of those to die. There you go. And now I can start using botkins for the actual purpose that they were designed to do. Pardon me as I absolutely mess up some bugs with some power attacks. Okay, and get messed up with... Oh my god, they just annihilated me. Did he get feared? No, of course. Why wouldn't he get feared? He got hit with a banshee and didn't get fucking feared. What fear resistance do they have? Hello? I don't understand. I mean, I do understand. It's a freaking video game, and you know, video games are kind of whack in how they work. But you know, just seeing a banshee module, go off next to a septic spreader. You know what? Let's go check it on this Courage of Septic Spreaders. That's something interesting to go look at. Also, absolutely get annihilated, idiot. So, to reiterate my point about one of the worst things in this game is just sitting around doing basically the same thing in the cave that you've always been doing, is what the hell is Heightened Senses doing? I took the perk Heightened Senses. That is a mistake in my part because, you know, Heightened Senses doesn't really do too much all the time, even in solo, where a Cave Leech could just instantly kill me, but because I play with Speedster all the time, cave leeches doesn't necessarily mean I instantly die. So, heightened senses isn't very good for me. Now, I have cleared out this cave. There is nothing, there's no spitballers, there's no cave leeches, there's no nothing like that. Alright? What does heightened senses do now? There is grabbers on this mission. Okay. There happens to be... What did I take damage from? Okay. I'm scout, so grabbers are not really concerned. Also, I'm solo, so if I get grabbed by a grabber, you know who's coming to the rescue? Yeah, that's right. Bosco is. Bosco is going to shoot that grabber and release me. Not instantly, but pretty much instantly, especially because I have Speedster. So, like, who cares? I just don't like... I don't like one-room things, alright? I think Refinery is a very fine one-room thing because of the fact that I am in a room. I need to carve the terrain, or however you want, to actually put down refinery pipelines. That's a fantastic thing. Another one is like a quartz, but a quartz is just... There is the refinery and then there's a quartz, which are two of the same coin in this scenario. And I dislike a quartz so much more than refinery, even though that part of a quartz is the exact same as refinery, which is you go through the cave, you clear it out of all stationaries, and then what? That's it, alright? That's all that you're doing. Another one that I don't like for the same reasons is sabotage. Sabotage is... So, the stationaries in Sabotage are robots now. There's no bugs in those caves. You'll never see a Cave Leech or a Brood Nexus, a Barrage Infector, or anything of those sorts in Sabotage. What they get replaced with is sniper turrets in the caves with the batteries, and in hallways they get replaced with burster turrets and repulsor turrets. That's awful. I wish that if they were to make that mission better, they could... Okay. I accidentally triggered Berserker, but it's... actually, no, it's not. It's not fine. Am I going to run out of Berserker before I get this? No, I didn't. Wonderful. So, if they could make that mission better, adding stationaries, like real stationaries, not just sniper turrets and whatever the heck have you, the burster turrets and all that. Just eat that. I fucking missed. Give me a second. I want this back. Thank you. So getting all of those things back would 100% be nice. That's gonna kill all of them, right? Yeah, that did. I mean, it killed about as much as I wanted to kill. So that's one of the bug fixes that they can do for that mission. Another one would be, you know, making that mission able to have a 1 difficulty. I didn't actually mean to shoot that at him, but, you know, it just kind of happens that way. I ran out of... I need that back. I ran out of chemical bolts, apparently. Do I need to use this? I mean, I'm going to. Just because I can. It is ferro bolts for a reason. I can just... Or, excuse me, not ferro bolts. It's ferro canisters. That's what they are. Alright. Well, that's that done. I'm gonna go get a resupply. Making a 1 length, like, still having the cave be there for the second battery, but not having the second battery actually there would be a wonderful change. Just for ease of use, and maybe making the guaranteed sabotage mission. Making the guaranteed sabotage mission every rotation be a 1 length would be nice. This does poison damage, right? It doesn't do that much poison damage. I still might as well hit it, and just... He's gonna die to that? Yeah, he definitely did. I don't think that actually mattered, but, you know... Something to do, I guess. Okay, so I already did the extract morkite. I still need to get the rest of the armor sets done, which, you know, 2 of them are here, and then I can probably find the 3rd one. Not having the flares in this room really makes it easy to see where the armor sets is. There's the last one right over there. And then we are going to go do the helmet, and then we do the core stone event. The core stone event is going to be a lot more difficult now that we don't have stun sweepers, but what we do have is maybe something a little bit more powerful than stun sweepers, since they can affect a lot more bugs, and I think their AoE is relatively similar. I also don't know if their duration is similar. I think it lasts for 10 seconds, the Pharaoh effect. You know what? I'm going to go check that. I like how all the loot bugs have collectively collided here because this is the closest distance to get into the place where all the minerals are at. This one. Could you fucking move? Thank you. So that's all the loot bugs in the mission that were just, like, there to get into the... Oh, that's interesting. We shouldn't be here, but we have Banshee module, so it's, like, doesn't matter. Because Macteras do not have a courage factor, so if I shoot a Banshee at them, they're pretty much instantly feared. Now, I will say that it shouldn't... Banshee shouldn't make bugs fear, alright? That is just something that Banshee shouldn't do. What does it actually do? It fears bugs, alright? So how Banshee works is that while a bolt is on the ground, it can fear bugs. But the ricochet mechanic of this makes it so that every time it ricochets, it can fear a bug. Because it's technically like hitting the ground or something. Do not ask me to know how this actually works. It is speculation at best, alright? With how Banshee module actually works. And also it's like a 50% chance per like ricochet or whatever the hell. I don't know. Don't ask me to actually answer the question here, alright? Just expect me to try and dodge it as best as I can. It seems like this is going fantastically well. We are almost out of ammo, but if I were to take any Drac Overclock into a Mactera Plague mission, it would most likely be thermal exhaust vectoring, just because it does heat or fire damage, and Macteras are super weak to fire damage. This one would be a close second, just because of the projectile velocity. So I could just take, you know, thermal exhaust vectoring and with projectile speed. Alright, let's do some Core Stone event. This shouldn't be that bad because, A, I did it last time and it wasn't that bad. This time I have a lot more things to do fear effects. I have Banshee module, which will absolutely help. I also have Pharaohs. Get Bansheed, idiots. Well, that's not good. It's fine. I need to toss that there. I think I missed, actually. It doesn't really matter. He's still going for me. Can you guys calm the hell down? I don't even know if they can be feared. I just have assumed that they 100% can be feared. That might be false information, alright? Have I checked? Oh, absolutely not. I have not checked. Alright, so we probably are not going to have Berserker for the next part of this, but took a little bit of damage there. I have to wait a second to get my entire bonus. Okay, and that's that. Are we going to have Berserker to get rid of the next phase? The answer might surprise you, but it is a solid maybe. I meant to just toss these two here. Hi, everybody. Could you not do this to me? No, we definitely don't have Berserker. Okay, just toss another Pharaoh canister, and then surprisingly they get in the way. Oh, we have Berserker now! When we don't actually need it. I mean, I'm still gonna Berserk that, because that's basically a dead phase. Alright. Well, there's Core Stone. A very easy thing if you're solo. I don't know, if you have any form of CC, that is whenever... Okay, that is whenever it starts becoming easy. Because you just, like, you can't run away from the core stone crawlers, they're too fast, so you just need to CC them into oblivion, dude. And that is the mission. That kind of showed off how powerful shield battery booster is, because basically the instant we took any sort of damage, we started regenning. So, I guess you guys have a wonderful night. I hope to see you again. Tell me what you think of shield battery booster. I think it is the second most powerful overclock on Drac, the first being thermal exhaust vectoring, but you know, it's very hard to contend with thermal exhaust vectoring, especially since it got buffed to be that strong. I like how Molly has a bunch of arrows on her. That's kind of silly. So, what just happened there? Well, I shot that bolt 3 different times. One of them lodged into the ground, which you can collect. If one of your Botkin bolts hits a bug and tries to ricochet to a bug that is through a wall, or just fails to ricochet, you can absolutely collect it. Which is a very weird thing about Botkin bolts, and means you can get more than, you know, 30 bugs dead per resupply in the best case scenario with Botkin. Anyway, that's it for today. You all have a wonderful night.